There's no risk.
It's literally like when you play a game and you're like really enjoying a video game, and then you like put on the cheats and you're like, this game sucks.
Yeah.
It's like when I would play Tony Hawk Pro Skater and I'd be like, I'm gonna have a blast for 5 hours if I turn off gravity, and then like 20 minutes in, you're like, I can only grind the same thing for so long.
And you're like, not only that, you're like, I dislike the whole game now a bit more too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That always happened with GTA. I'd be like playing single player, I'm getting through it, I'm like doing it, and then I'm like, one cheat never hurt, but one cheat is like literally like 5.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like doing like 10 missions and you're like, this is mindless.
With GTA, I wouldn't cheat on the missions, but if I just wanted to have fun, I would do the fucking all weapons code on my PlayStation 2 and just see how long I could hold up against the cops at like a big building or something.
We called that Popo Dodger. Like when we were playing, we'd be like in like the 11th grade, we're like, let's play Popo Dodger, and it'd be like one PlayStation controller, and like you put in the code for all the guns and then all the full law enforcement. And then it's like go, and then we would just pass the controller and see who lasted the longest without getting wasted or busted.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of fun. Yeah. That's kind of fun.
And then we'd suck each other's cocks.
Yeah. You have to blow the winner.
Good times. Yeah. That's
and the loser.
Tradition.
You know,
and
the loser. You need to like make sure he doesn't feel so bad he doesn't come back.
Yeah, everybody's going to need, and you don't want the third guy to feel left out. So
you got to just get everybody, you know.
Yeah. It's just polite.
Round the group out.
And then we stole people's houses. Sorry, continue.
You stole houses?
No.
In GTA, like you just go in there and try and fend them off. I mean, like I didn't play GTA 5. Actually, I didn't play a single Grand Theft Auto game until Grand Theft Auto 5, and I didn't play until 2019.
Yikes!
And it was so much fun.
You're like, I get it. I get it.
Oh, I get why everybody fucking loves this game. It's great. Really?
I like Vice City.
Everybody online says
Vice City's best.
Vice City for me was so good because
it's based on Scarface.
It's Scarface, first of all, yes, and I like that music. I like that '80s music. When I'm like
Vice City soundtrack is incredible.
Oh yeah, Bark at the Moon.
I'm on that fucking crotch rocket screaming down the main boulevard, and it's like da 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 da, and I like hit a woman, and she just flies through there over my head, and I'm like, this is life.
I liked how in GTA
the Faggio.
So good.
The Faggio.
I don't think it was called that, was it? I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
That is how you pronounce it.
Is it how you pronounce it?
It's not how you pronounced it.
Okay, I pronounced
Nor
it wrong.
I.
Okay. But I can guess how this was pronounced by the players of the game.
They knew what they were doing.
Faggio.
No, I loved Vice City so much. I remember when I got it for Christmas, wondering if my parents knew what they had purchased me. And like, y'all know what's in here? I'm gonna go kill some hookers.
My buddy worked at a GameStop in Oklahoma, and he was like, he tells us all the time, he's like, you have no idea how many people came in when San Andreas came out and were literally like, so I can only play as a black man. Is there a code to be a white man?
What?
So no matter what, you're going to be black. And they're like, ugh. And he's like, people would come back the day after buying it and being like, so I'm a black guy? And he was like, it was a much more common than you'd think in Oklahoma, like pulling up in this particular GameStop.
I wasn't going to say it, but.
Don't you play most of it first person?
Yeah,
no, the old ones you didn't.
And there's voice lines and interactions with your family and friends. So they're all black.
As long as it's funny.
Nah, they're all black too. So it's that black humor, you know.
Oh well, my goodness. Say
at that point in my life,
now.
At that point in my life and where I was at, I feel like I related to that culture game and more than anything, because like growing up in this Jewish suburb, you'd be surprised how many fucking studio gangsters live around here. There are so many people that strive to be a rapper, like to strive to be a rapper, and they're like, you know, like white Jew, you know, like Sean Shelsky, and he's like, nah, it's Mr. Shells now, something like that. Like this is the people. So that's who I was around. So when I'm playing a game and everything is like, you know, like 90s, like California hip hop culture, I'm like, I'm all versed in this, bro.
Yeah.
I'm all about this.
Yeah, I grew up in a strongly Jewish neighborhood. I know. I'm connected with the culture.
It's crazy. It was actually, you'd see like there were like the people that like I grew up and around. It's so funny. It was not their life, but they wanted that to be their life. I mean, so did I. Like I'd go to like school, like the music I'd listen to, I'm like blasting rap all the time. There was like a 5-year period where I literally listened to rap only. Then I fell off for an extended period of time because like I hated it for a while. But it was around that time when the game came out, I was like, this is sick. But I also didn't think it was going to be as good as Vice City until the commercial came out. That was the Welcome to the Jungle commercial.
Guns N' Roses.
And yeah, it was such a hype ass trailer for the game.
Was good, yeah.
Because he has the rocket launcher and he has the gang members with him.
And his body type changes. Like
exactly, like being fat or jacked. And I love San Andreas, but there's just Vice City was the fucking one.
My brother actually just texted me like an hour ago and said, today's the 35th anniversary of the release of Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses.
That's so crazy.
So, yeah.
Can't believe your brother and I are on the exact same frequency.
Can you loop Harley in with your bro?
I could. He probably wouldn't know.
Maybe they'll be
going
tight.
on.
Maybe they'll
Call
be
him
tight.
up.